It's bizarre. If I may have a moment, Core, but it is still, because it bothers me so terribly. It is bizarre that an unelected president elected by us has more influence on our economy in the Netherlands than our parliament, which we do elect. But that's bizarre, isn't it? ASML is in trouble because Trump wants them to produce in America and because Trump doesn't want them not to supply China because he is arguing with China. But the Netherlands has no quarrel with China at all. But they have to make a choice. We are not allowed to, he was not elected here, but we are not allowed to supply products to China because Mr. Trump, yes, that one who rules like a dictator who also sidelines his own parliament. Because Mr. Trump decides that we as Dutch companies, because it's also ASM and it's also B. We already have BAC, all those Dutch semiconductor production companies. Yes, they are therefore not allowed to supply their machines to China because China is a threat of war and because China could invade America. Sometimes, yes.
I rather think an economic threat to America.
The mean also, and also for the Netherlands, by the way, but also for America. And yes, and iPlay is also leaving, but that will take a while because you have to phase out here and you're going to form an Eastern Bloc. So we have already lost those. ASML. The government does not take a position, and I think that is the worst thing. So they can't really do anything because they are not allowed to go to China from America, and they do have with China. Yes, they want to, but then again, they are not allowed. And in America, we have to do it again. They cannot implement policy. Our government does nothing at all. Then you have the EU that looks at the larger countries rather than in the Netherlands, and we blindly follow the EU with its unelected administrators. And here we go.
It is as it is. And when you realize that 70% of the venture capital that is invested in startups and technology startups in Europe comes from America. Yes. If you then realize that Dutch companies are lagging behind when it comes to tendering work or supplying products or services, with large Dutch companies and with the Dutch government, that we are lagging behind because we are too small. We are too small companies as we are. If we have 100 people and the Americans have 1,000, they still have a preference for that American supplier. Even though he makes a loss of 20 million, so to speak, doesn't matter. Solvency then suddenly no longer matters. They are big. And who is behind it? Behind those American companies, the same investors who also come here. Those are the Vanguards and the BlackRock.
Yes, and
that's it. It's the insane economic climate in which we have to operate. As an entrepreneur, I struggle with that. Yes.